Hey, so I really wasn't going to make this video because it's probably the first video that's going to be in my channel that's publicly available. But I feel as if I need to make this video. I feel as if I need to say something and put my intake on this whole situation that's been going on. And I deliberately stayed behind on the party that's going around Pewdiepie's so-called downfall or so-called YouTubers rallying against the media. I purposely stayed behind because I'm not doing this for the views. I'm not saying this because I want people to notice my channel. I'm not saying this because I want the money that's probably gonna be revenued from this video or earned from this video. Rather, the reason I'm saying this because I feel like we all need to speak up against the media or against these situations and things like this. I feel as if this whole situation can be explained as a joke that went too far. A joke that was taken by the media who saw that it was someone who had 53 million, more than 53 million subscribers on YouTube, and someone who they themselves see as a threat, as someone who they see as someone scary. They saw this person in the internet and decided to attack him. They decided we're gonna attack the most subscribed YouTuber on the platform to show our power. So they first went to the people who he worked with. Um, they, they first went to Disney and YouTube, and they said, well, they put him against the corner and said, "What do you think about this anti-Semitic YouTuber who is part of your program? What do you think of all this backlash that's about to be released against your platforms and your products that you are selling to the public? What do you think about this? And what will you do about this?" They didn't so much as contact PewDiePie. They went straight for the money. They went straight for the people who give him a living because they knew that's how they could hurt him. They knew that the harder they pushed their false narrative, their false anger, their false backlash on the YouTube and on Disney, they would drop PewDiePie, giving them a story that they can run with, giving them a reason to say we are not the only ones who think this way. Disney and YouTube are the ones who think this way. We do not think this way. It wasn't our fault. We didn't do it. It was Disney's and YouTube's decision to ultimately drop him from their platforms and to stop supporting him and giving him backing. They decided that they could use this as a way to say this just shows the limits of LLJK or PewDiePie is a hero to Nazis, as the original title of the article was before they changed it. They decided they were gonna create this hate, this anger, this false frustration against what ultimately is a joke that they took out of context and placed this sad music over and decided to say people are offended by this. And my reply to that is Who is the media to decide what I get offended over? Who is the media to ultimately decide what the people are getting offended over? But the people who have the free will, are they not the ones who decide what offends them or not? I get the kids see this, but PewDiePie never advertised himself as a kid-friendly channel. He never censored himself. And that's what made him a true YouTuber. I see all these channels like China Mongyu, Shane Dawson, all these situations, and I cannot relate to them. I don't relate to these YouTubers because I see them as fake persons, as personalities that they created online because they are ultimately after money, and they rise their status to this high level of I'm famous, you're below me status. And I see this and I think to myself, I can't relate to them. Meanwhile, when I watch a PewDiePie video, I relate to him more. I don't like most of his videos. I don't agree with his jokes, but I like his personality. A lot of people like his personality. Because we all know he's not anti-Semitic, and those jokes he made were all just jokes. And the media sees this person and they attack him. Because they know he has influence. They know if he wanted to, he could attack them with his 53 million subscribers. And each of his videos themselves could get probably more views than the whole article they wrote would get in a month. This is probably the best month for the Wall Street Journal, to be honest. Because if they can only achieve 20 million views a month, or 10 million, I don't know how they counted things, and PewDiePie can achieve over 5 times as much as that, over 100 million views a month, then we know the media is scared. We know that this whole thing was a fabrication to ultimately take PewDiePie down, to show we are ultimately in control, and this backfired on them. This clash of generations backfired on them. This old views that they are trying to so hard push down our throats backfired. Because everybody in the internet said, no, we are not going to stand here and take this. We are not going to support the media who is lying to us, deceiving us, telling us how we should feel, how we should act, how we should think. We are not toys. We are not puppets. We are humans. And this backfired on them. Their narratives suddenly changed to this whole thing was a situation taken out of control. A lot of YouTubers rallied around PewDiePie, and the Wall Street Journal decided we're gonna give PewDiePie a platform to defend himself. And now that this whole thing has backfired on us, so we don't look like the bad guys. I can assure you something. This whole thing backfired, and they deserve what they got. They deserve the hate that they got, and they deserve the anger that they got from the people that were viewing their products. And they deserve that because they try to push a narrative on us. They try to push a false narrative and create a situation where it seemed as if the people were angry and they weren't. They deserved it because they tried to influence us and try to control us. And this probably won't be the first time to do this. They will probably try to do this to a lot of YouTubers. They will probably attack many other YouTubers because they're scared of the YouTubers. They're scared of these online personalities. They're scared of us, and they're scared that they are losing power. I feel as if this whole situation ultimately came down to that. They're scared of losing their power. They are petrified of what the internet is becoming, and they are scared because they see the gates and the doors are closing in on them, and the walls are slowly crushing their existence out of them. They see that this whole situation backfired on them, and they will try harder because you know what? This was a challenge to them. Because ultimately, that's what this was. This was an attack on the media from their perspective. This was an attack from the YouTubers rallying against the media. So they will continue to attack YouTubers, and they will come after YouTuber after YouTuber after YouTuber and after YouTuber. And that just highlights to me and to many others the point that was trying to ultimately be made, that this whole platform is something that the media sees as scary because they don't understand it and they can't understand it. Because this whole platform is something special, something new, something different that has been created by people for people. And they can't understand that because in their views, they still have the power. In their views, they still have the control. In their views, they still pull the strings behind the presidential elections, behind everything that they so hardly worked on to control. And they are scared when they see that the curtains are falling and the people who are behind pulling the strings are being exposed for the liars and deceivers that they are. And ultimately, that is scary to them. So, my take on this situation that happened with PewDiePie is it was an attack on YouTube. It was an attack on this platform. And it was an attack on everybody who stands for free speech and who enjoys a good laugh. I believe that this whole situation wasn't just for PewDiePie. It's a warning to every YouTuber out there from the media that they were trying to scare every YouTuber out there by saying, we have the power. We have the control. And it backfired. And that is all. I really can't end this video any different than how I already ended it. In all honesty, there's really nothing more to be said about this than it's just something that backfired on the media. It probably won't be the first time, and it won't be the last time that something like this happens. And that is all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If anybody's listening to this, then thank you for listening. Subscribe. I will be uploading more videos like this. And thank you for taking the time to listen to my rant.